Hey guys, Pete Salazar here from WYM Fitness. What's your motivation? Today's workout is going to consist of 6 different exercises. We're going to go through them for 50 seconds each. We're going to have a 10-second transition from one to the next. All you're going to need today is a pair of dumbbells or an exercise band if you don't have dumbbells. You can use either piece of equipment, of course, or interchange between the two of them. As I said, we're going to take a break after every 6 exercises for a minute. And we're going to get through this 4 times today. I am going to show you the demonstration of the exercises. While I'm doing that, I want you to be jogging in place to warm up or jumping rope to warm up. If you need any of this equipment, you don't have it at home yet, we do have a link on our website for any of the equipment. So let's go ahead and get through our demo. All right, you guys, we're going to start with your first exercise, which is going to be a squat, curl, and press. We're putting 3 things together. I'm going to show it from the front. I'm going to turn to the side. This is one where you're definitely going to need dumbbells. It's a lot easier to do than having a band. So as you're doing this, you're just going to drop into your normal squat, come up with your curl, and then go into an overhead press. Arms come down, go right back into the squat, curl on the way up, press. As you're doing your curl, make sure your elbow points to the floor. You don't want to do your curl like this. If I'm doing a curl and my arm starts to swing forward, that's where I stop and bring the weight down. But we are going to go all the way up to the shoulder and then press. When you get to your press, you want to make sure that your biceps kind of line up with your ear so you're not pressing forward. Also make sure you're not pressing out. You want to go right above your shoulders or even bring the weights together at the top. So again, we're going to squat, curl, press, and just repeat these 3 motions. On your way down from the curl, you can start your squat. Come up, press, bring it down, and start your squat again, okay? From there, we're going to take it to the floor. We're going to do a plank with the shoulder tap. So normally we'd have our feet together on a plank. This time we're going to start with our feet at least shoulder width apart, or if we do it from our knees, we can have our knees shoulder width apart because we don't want our hips to shift side to side or twist while we do this. So we're going to do our plank from our hands. Again, feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. From here, I'm tapping my shoulder. And while I do this, I want to make sure I'm not rocking back and forth. Once we start to rock back and forth, and we're losing all the tension that we should be holding throughout our core. So my hand comes up, I'm squeezing my butt harder, I'm squeezing my abs harder, and I'm just doing this nice, steady little tap, okay? Third thing we're gonna do, you're gonna grab your dumbbells. I'm gonna show this 2 different ways, once with dumbbells and the second time with a band. From here, we're doing a stiff leg deadlift. We're gonna have our feet somewhat narrow. We're going to be leaning forward, keeping our back flat, and then coming back up. When you do your stiff leg deadlift, it's not a locked leg position. We want a little flex in the knees, dropping down, coming back up. You don't need to worry about trying to get the weights all the way to your feet. We're just using this as a stretch for the hamstrings, keeping your back nice and flat, and pulling on the way up. When you get to the top, try not to shrug your shoulders. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. But you should stand straight up when you finish. If you have a band, then what I want you to do is step on the band, bring your hands up in front of you. You can cross your fingers, kind of lock them in, and then from here you can do the same exact motion. All right, we're just using the band, obviously, instead of our dumbbells. So we got an option there. Next exercise, I'm going to show you first with the band, and then I'll show you again with the dumbbells. We're going to do an alternating front and side raise. One arm is going to go forward while the other one goes out to the side, and then we switch. So a little bit of coordination involved here. We're trying to make a 90-degree angle between our arms. All right, so we go up and out, and then we switch and go up and out the other way. So it's just this nice smooth motion. We're alternating sides on every time. If you only have dumbbells, same exact motion. Front raise and side raise, and then switch front raise and side raise. Make sure your legs aren't locked when you do this. Some people prefer to stagger their stance, that's fine. Make sure when you're doing your side raise, that you keep your elbow bent a tiny bit. We don't want to lock the joint out. And then also tip the front of the dumbbell down like you're pouring out a pitcher of water on the way up. That helps keep the stress of the motion in the middle of the shoulder. So again, alternating a front and side raise. Then we're going to take it to the floor and we're going to do what's called a swimmer. We're going to start in a Superman position with our legs lifted off the floor, and then basically we're doing kind of like a snow angel kind of motion, but we're going to do it face down on the floor. So I'm going to lift my arms up, lift my legs up so my thighs are clear of the floor. From here, palms start down. I swing my arms and palms finish over my glutes, palms up, and then I go back to where I started. So we're trying to touch our fingertips and the tips of our thumbs together in both these positions. Make sure you're not looking up really high. A lot of strain on the neck if you do that. We're just doing this nice smooth motion, working on the upper back, back of the shoulders, lower back as well. And then from there, we're gonna come up and we're gonna do skaters. Some people call these a curtsy lunge. You might know them in that form. So we're just stepping back behind one foot and dropping down, trying to put most of the stress on the front leg. If you want to, you can jump side to side while you do these. That's a plyometric skater. But for now, we can keep it nice and easy. Just step side to side, drop down. And again, the stress is on the lead leg while you're doing these skaters. So that's your demonstration. All right, you guys, here we go. We're starting with the squat, curl, and press. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Squat, curl, press. Remember, we're putting all three of these things together, especially on the way down out of your curl, the bottom portion of the curl. We're just gonna go ahead and start that squat. Make sure, as you're doing your squat, as always, you're keeping your weight in your heels, and you're sitting your butt back like there's a chair behind you. Back should be flat. We have a little forward lean. That's how our squat should look every time. Knees pointing in the same direction as your toes. You guys got about 15 seconds or so. As you press overhead, make sure you're not pressing the weights out. We talked about that on the demo. Make sure you're pressing straight up. 3, 2, 1. Good, we got 10 seconds. Going to the floor. Plank with shoulder tap, planking from the hands. Here we go. Again, your feet should be nice and wide. You don't want them too narrow because you don't want to be shifting while you do this, okay? Hips don't move. Also, if your hand is reaching for your shoulder and the opposite foot's coming off the floor, you might want to go wider or drop down to your knees while you do it. You don't want to lift your foot up. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs. Got about 15 seconds. Almost there. Guys got 5 seconds, keep it up. There's your break. All right, stiff leg deadlift. Again, you can do this with bands or dumbbells. This round I'm doing with dumbbells. From the side, straight legs, but knees are not locked. Exhaling as you come up. And standing straight up at the top. And what I mean by that is don't have your shoulders slumped forward when you finish this motion. Pull them back, stand up nice and tall. And again, making sure you don't lock your knees. You don't want your joints to carry the stress of the movement. You want your muscles to be doing everything. 10 seconds, you guys. Whew. My buns are burning. All right. Now we're going to the alternating front and side raise. Again, you can do this with a band or dumbbells. I'm sticking with dumbbells. Here we go. Up and to the side. Elbows are soft. Every rep. Don't lock them out. And again, on that side raise, you want to make sure that you're dumping down the front of the dumbbell just a little bit. Also, when you're doing this, make sure you're not going higher than your shoulders. A lot of people will do side raises and they go higher than their shoulder. Really doesn't do you any good. Tough on the rotator cuff. So stop at shoulder height. All right, nice long arms. Shoulder height pull. A little burn in the shoulders. A couple seconds here, and then we're going down to the floor for swimmers. This is gonna be more burn in the shoulders. Again, it's like a snow angel sort of. Nice and long. Here. Nice smooth motion. Trying to touch your fingertips and the tips of your thumbs together. And also trying to get your hands over your glutes at the bottom of this motion. Make sure you're not looking up real high. And try not to let your hands hit the floor while you're doing this. Nice mobility drill for your shoulders. And you should have the glutes engaged, keeping your legs off the ground. 10 more seconds. Almost there. Oop, hit the ground. All right. Up for our 6th exercise, we're doing skaters. Again, this is like that side curtsy. So, dropping down, stepping back, and then to the other side. Doesn't have to be a big step side to side. Okay, just make sure when you're doing these, I'll show this from the side, that you're not leaning forward real far, okay? We still want to have some decent posture while we're dropping down into this little curtsy. Should be exhaling on the way up. You guys got about 15 seconds left. We could break 1 minute. While you're taking your break, get a drink of water, get yourself ready for that second round. All right, break time. All right, you guys, round 2 is starting now. 3, 2, 1, and go. We're doing a squat, curl, press again. Squat, curl, press. I hope that during your break, you got some water in. I also hope you didn't stop and just stand in one place. We always try to move around a little bit on our breaks. Don't want to grow roots. Don't want to get too cold too quick. Especially on a 1 minute break, that is kind of long. But after going basically 6 minutes straight, it's a good thing. So utilize those breaks, but don't grow roots. You got 10 seconds. All right, that was the last one. Dropping down to the floor, plank with the shoulder tap. Again, wide stance so we don't rock back and forth. Nice tempo. I don't really want to see this going on. Nice and easy. The longer we keep our hands up, the more tension we have to carry through the core anyway. So it is a little bit more beneficial. And again, if you need to do it from your knees, do it from your knees. Nothing wrong with that. Start on your feet, go to your knees, start on your knees. Think maybe, it's kind of easy. Pop up on your toes, give it a shot. But again, wide stance while you're doing this. 15 more seconds. After this, we're gonna be up doing stiff leg deadlifts. A couple more taps. Good. I'm gonna do it with the band this time. I demonstrated it earlier, but I'm gonna show you the whole time here. Stepping on the band, arches your foot, hands up and together, and then we drop. Nice flat back, soft knees. And again, I really don't know if I covered it in the demo. When you drop down, you wanna make sure you're not squatting, okay? Keep your legs straight, but don't lock your knees. And at the top, squeeze your butt, stand yourself straight up. Don't overextend. Don't wanna hyperextend the back. This is a great exercise for the posterior chain. All right, now we're going to the front and side raise. I'm gonna use the bands. It's kind of a heavy band for me, but that's okay. I just want you to want to show you that you can do this with the band as well as dumbbells. So a nice smooth motion. Again, we're trying to make 90 degrees with our arms in relation to our torso. So I pull straight up in front, straight out to the side. Make sure you're not twisting when you do this either. Okay, you want to keep your shoulders square to where you started. And again, exhaling as you squeeze. That's on the way up. Keep your elbows soft. Also keep your tummy tucked in. You'll want to relax your core while you're doing these. It's really easy to swing from the back. Nice job. We're gonna be dropping down now into a swimmer. Again, we're gonna be lifting up and then rotating through the shoulder, touching our hands behind our glutes, and again, over our head. Not looking up too high. Keep your neck fairly relaxed or neutral. Thighs should be up off the floor if you can. Pointing your toes behind you, so you're squeezing your calves as well. Trying to incorporate as much as we can while we're doing these movements. As many muscle groups as we can. Getting close. Good. Gonna be up on our feet for our final exercise. We're doing those skaters again, so that little side curtsy or side lunge. And dropping down. Again, that step laterally doesn't have to be big. I can travel short distance or pretty long distance. You can even hop side to side, make it plyometric if we want to. Get to that eventually. As you're doing this, make sure that the toe on your lead foot is pointing forward and that you're not twisting away from where your toe is pointing. All right, I want to keep my shoulders in line with where my toes point me, okay? And we should be pushing from the heel. All right, there's your 1 minute break. Grab yourself a drink, move around a little bit, Don't just stop. All right, you guys, round number 3, starting off, squat, curl, press. Here we go. All right, hope that was a good break. You had a nice refreshment, preferably water, maybe a sports drink, maybe a protein drink. That's about it. Nothing too heavy. Also on your breaks, when I'm telling you guys to grab water, make sure you're not taking big, huge gulps, trying to take a whole lot of water in. Okay, it can make you sick, nauseous feeling, having all that liquid kind of sloshing around in your belly. So just take little sips here and there, even during the course of the workout. Little sips are good, big gulps, not so good, get you sick. All right, good, plank and shoulder tap coming up. Toes or knees, up to you and your ability right now. Here we go. Nice, steady tapping. Don't want to rush through. And if you're doing this from your toes and you find you have to go fast to get your hand back down, go to your knees. Go nice and steady with this, okay? Starting my sweat puddle here. Good stuff. Hips aren't tilting, right? Squeeze your butt when your hand comes up. Don't shift. Almost there. Here we go. All right. Stiff leg deadlift. I'm back to my dumbbells. Again, you can use a band if you have it or prefer it. As you get tired, breathing is even more important to make sure that you're breathing out on the way up. It's kind of hard sometimes when you're listening to an instructor. We have to change our breathing pattern a little bit just to continue talking to you, making sure that you're getting the finer points down while you're going through your workouts. But if you're not chit-chatting, make sure you're exhaling on the way up. Good. Alternating front and side raise coming up. I'm back to my dumbbells. You can use a band or dumbbells, whatever you got. Here we go, up and to the side. Again, that side raise arm, tilting the front of the dumbbell down to transfer the stress from the front deltoid to the middle head, the medial deltoid. Okay, this gives us that nice rounded look on the side of our shoulders that men and women both like. Ladies wearing a sexy dress, tank top in the summer, want nice shoulders. Guys, we always want nice shoulders. Want nice shoulders for the ladies, sure. But it's also part of the shoulder that we should not neglect. So make sure you're tipping that front down. All right, down to the floor. We'll be doing our swimmers, a little more shoulder work and work for the back of the body. Reaching up, lifting up, and swinging. Hands back and up. Nice and smooth. Again, the goal is to get your hands higher than your glutes and also not to hit the floor during any of this. Good shoulder mobility. Point your toes back. Squeeze your calves. Ooh. Starting another puddle of sweat over here. It's dripping everywhere. Hopefully you got a towel with you. I forgot mine today. But we only got one more round after this one, so I think we'll be okay. Going into your skaters here. Remember, keeping your torso in line with where your toes are pointing. Don't turn your shoulders. Exhaling on the way up. And making sure you're trying to push from your heel. Get a little push from that rear leg, but really think of driving your heel into the ground while you press yourself back up and stepping to the side. 15 more seconds. You can see to my shirt, I'm working hard. I want you working hard with me. All right, we got a break. Now, 1 minute break, last break. Got one round after this. All right, you guys, we got 10 seconds left of our break. Whew, couple deep breaths. Get yourselves ready to go. Dumbbells in hand. Last set. Squat, curl, press, squat, curl, press. If you're getting a little tired when you get to your press, from here, dip your legs a little bit and pop up. We call that a push press. Nothing wrong with that if you get a little tired. You don't want to rely on that. But it is helpful if your shoulders are getting a little overloaded with this overhead press. Also, as you press overhead, make sure you're not letting your hips float forward. Okay, that's really tough on the low back. So keep your abs engaged and keep your hips in line with your heels so they don't go forward. Whew, last one. All right, you guys, plank with shoulder tap, toes or knees, up to you. You know your limitations, but steady tapping. No rocking, no shifting. Tight abs, tight tummy, tight butt. Woo. Time to start asking, what's your motivation, you guys? What do you want to get out of this? I'm trying to stay fit for you and me. All right. Good. Stiff leg deadlift. Back, flat. Exhaling on the way up. Narrow stance. Nice steady pace. On these, you don't want to drop real fast. You also don't want to come up real fast. Okay, Yeah. Want control throughout this movement because of the involvement of the low back. Woo. Yes, getting tired. Not really. We got plenty of energy. We have to have more energy. We got more exercises to do. Going to your alternating front and side raise. Soft elbows, tight core, soft knees. Go. Tilting that side raise arm down at the top of the movement, like you're pouring out a pitcher of water. Said it before, I just said it now. You see me doing side raises, I'm gonna say it again. Always want to tilt that down. We're halfway through. My shoulders are burning. I'm only using 10 pounds. You don't need a lot of weight for this, you guys, especially for this amount of time. Breathing, breathing, breathing on the way up. 5 seconds. All right, down for swimmers. Again, long arms. Try to get your hands higher than your glutes. Lift those legs up. Ooh. Feel my back, feel my glutes, feel my hammies. Definitely feel my shoulders. Steady pace. Keep those hands moving. Keep them high. Don't let them hit the ground. Getting close, guys. About 5 seconds to go. Good. Last set of skaters. Then we're done. 3, 2, 1. Step and drop. Chest pointed where your toes are pointing. Please and thank you every time. And again, try not to lean forward too much. A little forward lean is good. We don't want our stomach laying down on our thigh. Got 20 seconds left. I'm gonna try to pick the pace up a little bit. Finish strong. You finish however you can. Just don't stop. Don't quit. Whew. That is it. That is the end of your 4-round cycle today. Thank you for joining me. I had a wonderful workout. Thank you for joining all of us at WYM Fitness. Have a great, healthy day.